You arrange 6 books on a shelf. Now remember, here are my 6 books that I can arrange on a shelf. I have 6 papers up here that are counting my 6 books. I have a paper that's numbered 1, a paper that's numbered 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here are my 6 textbooks. We agree? Now I need to arrange them on a shelf. Yesterday I need to do 5 posters on a wall, right? So I drew a box, insert 1 poster, 2, 3, 4, 5. We agree? So here I need to put 6 books side by side on a shelf. So here's my book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, book 5, book 6 spots, right? So this is the very first spot I could put a textbook. We agree? In that spot I had how many textbook options? 6. They're sitting over here on this. There's 6 pages. I have 6. Now I'm going to pretend to put textbook number 3 in that spot. Okay? I've left it there. We agree? So how many textbook options do I have for spot 2? 5. Make sure you're multiplying with the big dot in between them. Now I'm going to take textbook number 6 and I'm going to make it go in that spot. Okay, how many options do I have left for the third blank? 4, because I have 4 options sitting over here. Textbook 1, 2, 4, and 5, correct? And I'm going to pretend to hold 4 in the third spot. So how many textbooks do I have left for the third blank? 3. They're sitting there, 1, 2, and 5. Now I'm going to pretend to take 2, and I'm going to put it there. So how many do I have left for this one? 2. 1 in textbook 1 and 5. I hold 1 here. Then I have 1. It's just textbook 5, correct? Now you're following along with your calculator. You could do this. You could go 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1 in your calculator. We agree? Also, if you start at a number and you go all the way down to 1 by 1 each time, you can actually use the factorial symbol. It is 6 factorial. So basically, if you can rocket count, you know, like 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off. If you can start at a number and rocket count down to blast off, the blast off is the factorial symbol. So I can go 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off, right? If I can do that, I can use the factorial symbol. This factorial symbol says I start at number 6 and go all the way to 1. Multiplication. Where the heck is that located? So take out your calculator if you have your calculator. Remember the calculator, you're going to need a calculator. I told you this right. So you're going to go 6. You're going to press number 6. And then you're going to press math. And then you're going to arrow over to, I arrow to the left because it gets me to probability faster. So you're going to go 6, math, arrow to the left to PRB, or the fancy calculators, it's PROB. And you pick number 4. You see number 4's factorial symbol? Pick number 4, then hit enter. Gets you 720, which is the exact same answer as going 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1. So that is 6. Then math, left to PROB or PRB, number 4. That gives you 720. And if you go 6 times 5 times 4 times 3 times 2 times 1, it's also 720. So it's the same answer. We need to know the factorial symbol because sometimes it'll go like a factorial and it'll determine the value of a, and you say a was 6. Right? If it's a numeric response. Okay, the next one says, with the new renovations completed at Holy Trinity Academy, there will be 7 entrances in which a student can come to math. We have how many entrances? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think we have, and 7 in the back. We do have 7. Looky here. Didn't even plan that. I just made this up and it actually works. Okay, we have 7 entrances. In how many different ways can a student come in for math tutorials? So they have to enter and exit through a different entrance. So we have, or through any entrance. So we have an enter blank, and I have one, I'm going to go enter through it 1 time, right? And I'm going to exit 1 time. I'm not going to be like this weirdo who's like entering and then exiting, and I'm trying a different one, and I'm going this way. You're never getting to your math tutorial. Maybe that's what you want. But that's not what this question wants, okay? So how many entering ways do I have? 7. And I'm only entering once. I'm going to a math tutorial, and then I'm like, bring, okay, and then I exit once, right? But I can enter and exit through any enter and exit. So enter how many times? 7, exits, which is 49. Cool. Now I have to enter and exit still, but through a different entrance. So I still have how many ways to enter? But now how many ways do I have to exit? because it has to be a different one. 42. Now I have to enter and exit through the same entrance. So let's think about it. I'm going to enter through how many? How many options do I have to enter through? 7 still, right? But now see, I enter through the front doors. Here I am. Do some math. Now I'm going to go exit. How many ways do I have to exit now if I have to exit through the same doors? I'm like, hey, entrance, I'm going to exit you. Okay? How many ways is that? 1. I'm telling you, if you visualize what you're doing, these questions are a heck of a lot better. That's why I make the word Regina, or I make the posters, or I make 6 textbooks, and then I can put them down. If you are someone who needs that, I have these. You can just make your own on a piece of paper. No one said I can't bring in Post-its, right? There's no Post-its allowed in tests, okay? If your Post-it has notes on the back of it, though, that doesn't work. It has to be blank Post-its. See, look, Post-it. Nothing on it. And then if I do this, also nothing on it. Just kind of breathe. Be good. Never mind. Okay, we got through there. That's good. Here we have a score at the end of the second period. The score at the end of the second period is 6-3 Oilers sucking, Flames winning. Okay? At current point here. And then remember, game started 0-0. Then Matthew Kachuk was trying to determine, because he's just like, oh, I'm so bored. Second period break between third and second. So different possibilities there are for the score at the end of the first period, because he wasn't there to know what it was, obviously. So he wanted to figure out how many different ways. This is riveting. Put away your phones. All right. So we have a Flame score and an Oilers score. What are the options that could be on the actual, help me, Jumbotron? Okay, what could it be? 0 or 1 or 2 or 3 or 6. How many options is that? 7. The Oilers would have started at 0 then. So how many do they have? So it's 28. And here it says, explain the error in his reasoning. Well, the error is that they forget that the score starts at nothing. You have no goals at the beginning, right? So you still do have a 0 option to put on the Jumbotron. We're going to look at 4 together. So number 4 here, we have, there are 30 students in a class, and they're capable of winning any of the class prizes. How many ways are there of awarding a first prize, a second prize, and a third prize? Now let's think about this. Can the same person win the first and the second and the third prize? No. If it's like a first and a second and a third in the Olympics, it's not like the person sweeping the podium going home with all 3. Like, you're so good, you get them all. No. They get first place, human A. Second place, human B. Third place, human C. Boom, answers. Answers? No. Winning. Yay. Boom, human D gets 4th place and it's just sad and thinks it's the worst ever, but they're like 4th in the entire world, which is pretty darn impressive. Yes, it is. She said it's not impressive to be 4th in the world. It's just disappointing is what it is, right? Like if you were 5th, you're like, oh, I'm 2 away. When you're 4th, you're like just sitting there watching them getting medals and you just feel all depressed. But you were 4th in the world, like of all the people. That's pretty darn impressive. Even like 20th in the world. You're like, oh, that person's 20th. They just suck. The 20th in the world. That's insane. I'm like 700 millionth in the world in skiing of all types. Even like just sledding probably as well. Like, I just don't do well. It's like going up on the hill and then going on the chairlifts and then the heights of that. I just like hold on for dear life the whole time because I'm just scared. So 20th in the world is pretty darn impressive because I'm like billions, probably even more than that in the world. I'm just the last person of all skiers. Even the people who haven't seen snow, I'm worse than them. Yes? Yes. All right. So, first, second, and third prize we know can't win the same thing, correct? So I want you to try A and B. Go, quickly. You have 30 seconds. I counted to 31,000. Okay. So we have a first prize and a second prize and a third prize. Then we've handed all the prizes and fourth, just sad. That's all it is. So how many people can win first prize? I'm riveting. Put away your phones. This should be the easy one. 30. Then 29. Then not figuratively right, literally right. True. Yes, you're right. Okay, then we have a math prize and a chemistry prize and a physics prize. And people always call me over and they're like, they're the exact same. 30 times 29 times 28. No, think about the genius people. I wasn't one of these people, but pretend, just think about those people. Yeah, imagine I'm the genius. I'm the genius. I'm like the top dog in math, chemistry, and physics. Imagine me. I was not, but pretend I am. Okay? How many people could win the math prize?
30.
Then how many people could win the chemistry prize? 30. Then how many people could win the physics prize? Because it's not reliant on the fact that if you won the math, you can't win the physics, because like geniuses like I was could have won all three. It's true. It's not. I was not the genius. Yes! It's 27,000 because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, and then 0 and 0 and 0 gets me 1,000. 27,000. Flip over. To do these ones, but I want you to look up here first. So, this one is a little different than what we've done because I'm only giving you specific digits, which we kind of did today. I want a 3-digit number. 3-digit number means I can't start with 0, correct? I'm not even giving you the option of 0, so you're welcome. So I can only use the digits 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, and 9. People are like, but I want to use 1. You can't, I don't care. You can't use it. Sorry about your luck, right, Hugo?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally. So I can't use 1. I can't use 0. I can't use 8. I can't use 4, no matter how much I love them. 4 is my favorite number. Can't use it. It's not up there. Repetitions aren't permitted for A or B, just so you know. I should have put it there. I didn't. You can't repeat for A. You can't repeat for B. Now I need a 3-digit number for all of these. So how many blanks am I going to have? 3. And I'm going to need the first and the second and the third to make a 3-digit number. So I'm going to have to multiply. For every single one of these, I'm going to have 3 blanks with multiplication symbols. I've just narrowed down and fixed and helped for your life. Okay? I'm not allowed to repeat. So I have 1, 2, 3. You tell me how many digits do I have for the first one, and don't tell me it's 0 to 9 because that is not true. No. There are 6 of them. I have 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 9. So I have 6. I say I can't repeat. So I have to hold 1. So what am I going to get? 5. And then I'm going to hold 1. I'm going to get 4. So I have 120. We agree? Now for these ones, there's going to be restrictions so that you can actually make the numbers the way they want. They're not telling you, hey, if it's an even number, you have to make all the last digits even. Like, they're not going to tell you that. They're going to say, I need a 3-digit even number, and you're going to have to be like, even? How do I know something's even? And you'll be like, all right, Lepp was counting for us yesterday. And she was like, 2. And you're like, oh, even, because you only care about the last digit, right? I can say whatever I want in front. A whole bunch of mumbo jumbo. Still, you wait to hear that last number, correct? So let's look here for this one. If I want even, what's going to be back here? What options? People will tell me 0, 2, 4, 6, 8. That's great. I don't have all those options. So what's this one going to be? 2 and 6. So I'm going to have 2 options, but I'm still going to have to do what with one of these? Box and hold. I'm going to hold the 6. So when I go back to this one, do they have to still be evens or anything? No, they just can't be the number 6. So how many options would I have for this one? 5. Yeah, and then this one? 4. So I'm only taking 1 off. Multiples of 5. Multiples of 5 means the number ends in what? 5 or 0. We just happen to not have the option of 0. So for these ones, it can only end in 5, right? If I want a number less than 400, how can I get a number less than 400? Give me one. A 3-digit number less than 400.
335.
135?
Yep.
Yeah. 273. 392. 587. You should be looking at me like I'm an idiot. Is 597 less than 400? No. What about 436? Nope. What about 972? Nope. So what am I actually only caring about to have a 3-digit number less than 400? The very first digit needs to be less than 4, right? Can't also be 0. I didn't give you that option, but it also can't be 0 because then it would be a 2-digit number. Okay? So you guys are trying these ones out. You're doing number 5 and number 6. See how you do. Number 5 and number 6. So I want less than 400. So that means my first digit can be a 2 or a 3, which is 2 options. Then I hold 1 because I set it up here not permitted to repeat. So I have the 2. Well, here would be 3, 5, 6, 7, or 9, which is 5. Hold the 9. I'd have 3, 5, 6, 7, which is 4. That is going to be 40. This one was 40 as well. Okay, odd numbers is a different amount. Odd isn't the same as even because we actually have more odd digits to look at. So we still have to have the last digit be odd, but it's 3, 5, 7, or 9. So I only have 4 options. Pretend to hold my 9. Then I would 3, 5, 7, 2, and 6. So I'd have 5 options. Pretend to hold the 6. I have 3, 5, 7, 2. So 4 options. So this one isn't 40 like the evens. It's actually 16 times 5, which is 8. Multiples of 5 means it needs to end in a 5 or a 0. The only catch here is the only one of those that they gave me is 5. So I can put a 5 in the back blank, which I have 1 option. Then I can go here and put anything of the ones that are left. So 2, 3, 6, 7, or 9, which is 5. And then 2, 3, 6, 7, which is 4. So this would be 20. Number 6 says determine the number of 4-letter words. So this is important, 4-letter words that can be formed from the letters in shipwreck. And I have shipwreck in letters on my board over there. They're not in alphabetical order, but it's all the letters of shipwreck. Shipwreck has 9 letters. But we're making 4-letter words out of it, right? So I have 1 letter and 2 letters and 3 letters and 4 letters. Now I go, look, there's shipwreck. It's on those little letter tiles on my board over there, correct? Does it, anything like it has to start with a vowel, end in a consonant, it has to start with a P, end in an S, is it anything like that? No. So I can start on the very far left. How many letters do I have over there? 9. I'm going to pretend to hold the K. So I hold the K below it on paper. And then how many letters do I have left? 8. Then I take the H, and I'm like, not today, I used it up. And I have 7. I'm going to pretend to hold this S. And now I have C, P, R, W, I, and E left over, so 6. So if you have to, put some letters on a piece of paper so it makes sense for now, till you can do it without, go ahead. So it's 3024. Now I'm going to put my letters back. So I start all over again with all the letters in shipwreck, correct? There's 9 letter options. But now this word must contain only consonants. Consonants are not vowels, okay? So see you later, I and E. Here are my options. I have a P, a C, a W, a K, an H, an R, and an S for this whole word, correct? Because it only can contain consonants. Is everyone paying attention? Because this is for you, not for me. So it can contain only consonants, so I just ignore the I and the E because they can't even be in here, correct? So how many letters do I have for this first one? 7. Pretend to hold the C there, then 6, I'm going to hold the K there, then now I have these letters left. 5, I'm going to hold the H, then W, P, R, or S? 4. So every single time you're losing one of them, right? But I didn't have 9 to choose from because they could only be consonants. So it's 840. So I technically held the C here, the K here, the H here, and the R here. That's my papers, right? The next one says it has to begin and end with a consonant. Does that mean the whole word can only be consonants? No, it needs to begin and end with a consonant. So these are my consonants. They're floating over here. So I can have S, P, W, R, H, K, and C. So how many options do I have for this first one? 7. And then I would leave one there, like the S, right? So then I'm going to end with 6 options, P, W, R, H, K, and C. Say I hold the C. Now the middle ones, I actually get these back. Thank you. I'll bring these back. Right? Now it looks like I have 9. However, I've already used up the S and I've used up the C. So how many letters do I have left for those 2 middle blanks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah. So I would have the H, the R, the I, the E, the K, the W, and the P. So I'd have 7. And then say I hold the P, I would have 6. So it's 49 times 36, which is 1,764. Now this one has to begin with a vowel. How many vowels are there? Oops, there are 2. So I have the I or the E, right? So I go I or E. I have 2 options for this first one. I'll hold the E. Does the rest have anything reliant on vowels anymore? Or can I have all the rest of the letters? Can I have everything but E, correct? So how many are left? 8. Then I hold one there then. Then I hold one there then. $672. Then I'm going to go down one. I'm going to skip the 4 because we did one like that yesterday. So here it's begin with a K and end with a vowel. So I begin with the K. How many Ks are in shipwreck? 1. I end in a vowel. What are my vowel options in shipwreck? I and E. So I have 2. I'm going to hold the K here and I'm going to hold the E here. So I'm currently holding 2 letters out of how many? 9. So how many do I have left for this blank? 7 then. So it's 84. I'm going to get you guys to try 7 ABC. Circle these. You can omit D. I'll do it tomorrow. 8, 9. Do you see me circling them? Because you have a little bit of time here and scheduled help. I want them done for tomorrow, and I'm going to check them like a junior high teacher. I've never checked anything yet. But I need you guys to do some on your own and try them. So 7 ABC, 8, and 9. Not a ton. Just get working.